Nice to have you company wherever you're tuning in, all around Australia or indeed the world. The platforms of the Gentleman Sim Racing Club, minus Google Maps on a Thursday night, the last one of July, night 4, week 4, turn 3 for you across Facebook and YouTube. Great to have you along for the ride. Matty Schmidtke's here alongside yours truly, Zach Caven. Follow the V from Knockhill with thanks to Disruptive Labs first up on what has been a truly extraordinarily interesting day from a motorsport politics standpoint. More on that on my Facebook page if any of you follow along there. That's my personal page, not the professional page. But also go to the V8 Sleuth if you want more sort of intel into the direction of which I'm heading at the moment. So have a look at all of that. Massive day. I think I've spent about 5 hours on the phone. So the vocal cords have been warmed up significantly, substantially. Now we get ready to rock and roll here with Formula V. So if they cark it at one point or not tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you'll know that I've been talking too much throughout the course of the day. I'm normally very quiet when I'm sitting at home in the office on my lonesome. No, the phone has not shut up all day long. It's been good to catch up with some people too. This is the Knockhill circuit in Scotland. It's a 2-kilometre bull ring. It's an absolute rip and tear circuit. It's one of the underrated ones in Scotland and the Great Britain region, more specifically, more broadly. 9:17 local server time, 18 km/h winds, 20 degrees the ambient, 23 on track, dry conditions. I missed that first comment because we've got the graphic up on screen, but that's okay. Great to have you tuning in wherever you may be right around Australia. Alexander Burgersherd's back on the grid, which means that Grant Boyden won't be too far away from the comments section unless he's managed to join us late in the piece and jump out there on circuit himself. No, he has not. He's probably tied up at Sky Racing. Let's have a look at the championship points coming into this round. Oh, that's what I hadn't loaded up yet. Adam Lavis on top, 354. Jordan Bianazola, 345. Michael Adams, 330, 322 for Hilton Booth and 305 for Ryan Tate. John Merritt making up the top 6 at the moment on 298. Then back to Joel Hansen, Brendan Nealon, Sam Chapman and Tony Baker, the top 10. Jonathan Harris just outside. Oh, Matty Schmidtke, good evening to you. We're looking forward to this one. Formula V doesn't disappoint. It's been a while since we've made a trek to Knockhill, but it'll be worth the wait. It's always good to visit this venue. It's one of the underrated classics, I reckon.
Good evening, Zach. Yes, it certainly is. It's a tight little track, and with these cars, I think it'll be very interesting to see how they go, especially over that little flip-flop out the back there. I reckon they'll be pretty close to flat in this thing, and it's not the smoothest area of the track. It's going to be some good racing.
Watch for the trip up point at the hairpin as they yank it uphill to come back onto the main straight. There's the grid for you. Burgershirt's on pole position alongside Sam Chapman, back from, rubbing shoulders with allegedly important people last week. John Merritt and Harrison Denbringer, the second row. Nathan Moroney, Michael Adams, third row. Adam Lavis and Glenn Cedar-Riddell, fourth row. Tony Baker and Ryan Tate from row 5. Thorn Wiggett, Tim Ward, row 6. Row 7 is Harrison Rayner and Brett Bradbury. Jordan Pianazola, thanks to him and Dale Sharp for keeping the seat warm last night. They're on row number 8. Jordan Pianazola alongside Greg Heaney. Joel Hansen, Jordan Dakin, Brendan Nealon and Jacob Miller make up the top 20. Pete Matson and Patrick Savannah from row 11. Will Ramsden and Alan McDonald from 12. Hilton Booth and Jonathan Harris from row number 13. Now, who's hiding out in race control for us tonight? I can't see anyone hiding out in race control at the moment. So we could have a fair bit of fireworks and action and drama here on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. And no adjudication on the night, which means everything is provisional as these guys hit the line. Watch for that run as they get through the downhill sweeper at 1, the downhill kink at 1, the sweeper at 2. They come back through the right-hander at 3. When they get to 4, it's their version of Caltech's Chase, except a lot shorter and a lot faster. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Off we go. Race number 1 of 3 for the night, the 10th of the season. A third of the way there in Disruptive Labs, Formula V. Beautiful start, Alex Burgersherd. We know what this bloke brings to the table. Last term, he had no luck whatsoever trying to work his way through the field. And everyone's jumping. He couldn't afford that. Chapman wide at 3. Chapman in the dirt. Can you believe that? Oh, my goodness. And off now, Nathan Moroney as well. Harrison Denbrinker's gone through to third. Hotlard to second. Not the ideal start for Sam Chapman, off the road and drops all the way down to 14th on the opening lap. fresh off a one-week break, couldn't afford to give anybody a head start tonight, but he's gone and done just that. Thornwiggett with the jump start has a black flag next to his name. We've got orange discs lighting up at the bottom of the screen. Near and far, Hanson, Savina, Dakin, Rayner, Nealon and Ramsden. So we've wiped out a quarter of the field on the opening lap. Chaos and carnage. Some things never change. The venue might, but the show and the drama and the excitement of the action you see on a Thursday night, it stays the same. Greg Heaney off the road now. No, sorry, Jonathan Harris and Heaney as well. Wowee, that was chaotic. Expected nothing less. John Merritt running a distinctly different looking pulse tuning entry there, is he? Or is that, no?
That's my fault.
Trading
it should
paints.
look correct in a moment.
All right, we'll count it down, ladies and gentlemen. 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll probably see that go back in. There it is, right on cue. Across the line, 2 laps gone. 1 minute the standing lap time here, so it's a very quick lap around. It's only a 2-kilometre bull ring. Even Lakeside's a little bit longer than that, 2.41 kilometres. But yes, 2.01 kilometres, and it's a great little racetrack. One trip up point after another. If you don't get it right, it's easy to come undone. But it's typical British, isn't it, Schmidtke? It's like their roads over there, far too narrow for the sake of it. It's like going through a bloody cul-de-sac. Instead of having cars parked left and right, you've got grass and dirt.
Yeah, it's a very narrow track, typical. Though not an Willis runs around.
Oh, car park middle of the road.
Oh, everyone makes it through.
Geez, Jordan Dakin it was. Wow, John Merritt 58.297. So that puts us on for potentially 11 laps here. Potentially 11 laps in this opening heat.
Yep, I was going to say even I can do the lap maths this race because it's pretty much exactly a minute, slightly less. So I was going to say 11 as well.
I was going to say I haven't actually got the calculator out yet tonight. The calculator is locked in the garage until such time as I've got more coffee on board. But yes, considering that there's only a 2-second difference there, we'll jag it back enough to start the final lap before the 10-minute mark. We'll go into overtime. Ever so slightly, Cameron Dakin throwing Jordan under the bus. Ryan Tate to pit lane as well. So the drama continues when we've got Jacob Miller off the road as well. 58.227, Nathan Moroney hassling Harrison Dembrinka for third. We've got Tony Baker on screen there at the moment. He's got his eyes set on Glenn Cedar-Riddell, the two teammates, as they make their way down the back straight. Don't forget tonight, folks, even though it's a frantic start off the top tonight, Jonathan Harris has a mechanical meatball next to his name. Glenn Cedar-Riddell has a slow down to serve, so that'll be to the advantage of Tony Baker. Even though it's rapid fire Rip Tear Rush Bus, we'll still find time to go around the grounds for you. The NRL, the AFL, back in business, and of course, the Commonwealth Games as well. We've done away with the gymnastics. The swimming's done as well. All eyes on the cycling and athletics for the next few days. The Australians absolutely tearing it to shreds at the moment in Glasgow. We wouldn't have it any other way, and very fitting that we're talking about Glasgow and we're just up the road at Knockhill in Scotland as well. So a real Scottish flavour to a Thursday night, the last one of July. And don't forget, we're here tomorrow night to wrap up July with IndyCar, and we're excited about that too, from the streets of Long Beach. And whether or not Joe Baldwin can go 4 from 4 and get GT1 for you as well remains to be seen. We'll find out tomorrow night. So week 4 already. Where the bloody hell's that gone, eh? It's been a very frantic start to the season. 24 weeks in, 16 to go, with a 2-week break in between week 30 and week 31. Term 3, week 10, and term 4, week 1. Across the line we go. Across the line goes Adam Lavis in 5th spot at the moment, under pressure from Michael Adams, who's been really, really good throughout the course of this season. But the concern here is that they are literally only racing for 5th. They're not racing for the sheep stations of 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. That's a nice slick move from Michael Adams on the inside of Adam Lavis. They are 5th and 6th. Sam Chapman, the fastest one on the track, on his way, tearing back through the field, 58.022. John Merritt leads. Burgershirt up into 2nd spot, so Merritt's got by Burgershirt. Dembrinka and Moroney have latched on. It's a 4-way fight at the front, but catch me if you can, says John Merritt. And that gap that I wanted to highlight, Matty Schmidtke, back to Michael Adams, from Nathan Moroney to Michael Adams, is now ballooning out beyond 4 seconds. 4.7, in fact. So distinctly, definitively a race in 4 here. No one else looking as though they're going to be vying or duking it out for those podium positions right now, at least in race one anyway.
Yeah, it's certainly going to take something to happen between the leaders for that back pack to catch up. The gap is building, so it's not like they're able to catch up. So unless something happens, it's going to be, like you said, a race in 4.
Indeed it is. Interesting. would you fair dinkum believe it? just as I was tearing the latest developments out of northeastern Victoria to shreds, I had a Facebook request come in from someone that's connected to all of that. I won't be able to hit the delete button faster than I possibly could, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be a very quick delete. Thanks, but no thanks. Off you go. Tell your story walking, pal. Jordan Dacre was off the road. You were just watching some replays of the collateral that unfolded in the early stages here. Adam Lavis has got back by Michael Adams, top of shot too. Michael Adams back into 6th spot. Maroney's gone by Dan Brinker. We're on replay mode. This was Patrick Savina's off. Yeah, just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. They speared left and right. And that was all before they hit the point of the circuit where Chapman had come undone. So it was all happening on the opening lap. Have a look at this. Burgersherd, Merritt, into 3rd spot. Again goes Dan Brinker. We're on lap 8. We're running for 11. Bodes well for the feature, boys. We're probably looking at 16 laps for the feature. Burgersherd's got 2 wheels in the grass and dirt. That will be to his own detriment. He'll drop down 2 spots, and taking full advantage of that was Nathan Moroney through on the inside. Someone has to lead the fight to chase and reel in John Merritt, boys, to chase him down. You're not going to do that while you're sitting there squabbling amongst yourselves. Merritt's got clear air, 1.2 to the good. Burgersherd back down the inside of Moroney, not yet. Zach has left me on red as well. Apologies, Mitch Wood. Apologies to anyone that I've left on red. I know I've got some message requests and whatever else in Discord. I'm hopeless with Discord. Reach out to me via Messenger. It's far easier to get through to me. Down the main straight we go. Have a look at this. Chapman down the inside of everybody. 2 for the price of 1. Adams and Adam Lavis. Chapman to the inside of the lot of them. Goes to 5th. Adams forces the issue back around the outside, says, not yet, Chapo. Not yet, champ. Reset, retry. Go again. Tony Baker, Glenn Cedar, Riddell latch on. 5-way fight for 5th at the moment. Adams, Chapman, Lavis, Baker, and Riddell. Apologies, boys. It's been a very, very busy day. So if I've got any messages that have come through, there's a good chance that I've got a few people to reply to at the end of this broadcast. Cooperation, yeah, exactly. They're not going to catch him at this rate. John Merritt is going to notch up. What will this be? This will be his 3rd, 4th win of the season in a couple of laps' time. We're on lap 10. We're going to get to 11. White flag flies next time by the strike. Dan Brinker and Burgersherd and Dan Brinker are side by side. We've picked up the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. Chapman at the forefront of that. Adams and Lavis and then Baker and Riddell. So you got the 2 pulse tuning boys having caught up and latched on. And Chapman on the comeback trail. He'll take 5th, I think, considering how well he butchered it on the opening lap. That's a remarkable recovery in a race where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 competitors have ended up in the weeds. Jonathan Harris, I think, has just done the old exit. Thank you, the old F4. He's out of it. He's done. Savina, Nealon, Dakin all a lap down. Will Ramsden remains on pit road where he's been since the opening lap. White flag flies at Knockhill. We're just going to scrape another one in. We sneak in an 11th lap. Across the strike they go. Had it not been for the leading pack, we wouldn't have got this 11th lap, because the leaders only got to the strike on the 10-minute mark. Down the outside of Burgersherd went Dan Brinker. That was to no avail. Merritt has bolted clear. 2.3 to the good. Merritt, Moroney, Burgersherd, Dan Brinker. Chapman, Adams, Baker, Lavis the top 8. Glencedo in for 9th and Jordan Bianazola is 10th. Have a look at this. Moroney and Burgersherd side by side to the final corner. The run off the final corner key. Oh, well done, Nathan Moroney. balked Burgersherd's exit. That compromised his speed. Dan Brinker took full advantage of that and went down the inside. Merritt gets his fourth win of the season from Maroney, Dan Brinker and Burgersherd. Chapman in for fifth. Great recovery. Adams, Baker, Lavis and Cito with Jonathan Pianazzola already on the top 10. Our mate from the commentary box on a Wednesday night has got himself an invert pole. Ward, McDonald, Weggett, Matson, Booth. Booth is going to come through on Pistol Pete. Pete's sending up in the weeds there at the final corner. You can see him bogged down at the bottom of the screen. So he's going to lose out completely. Booth up into 14th, 15th for Tate, Miller, Matson, then Bradbury, Heaney and Rayner. That'll be it. That's all that finish on the league lap. That is it. Everybody else a lap down. We expect 25 to take the start for race 2 with no Jonathan Harris. Oh, boy, how good. 3 wide. Here was the moment for Greg Heaney and Pete Matson. Oh, there was contact. Oh, no. At the dominoes. And Heaney brought himself undone as well. Trying to take evasive action. He was 3/4 of the way around the corner. He'd almost got out of jail. And then all of a sudden, no, spit you out. Have other ideas, the car says. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Good luck to the Aussies at the Commonwealth Games tonight. We've got Thursday night AFL underway. Let's get an update on that for you right now. It is, of course, Collingwood and Geelong. It's being played at the MCG. It is the Cats by a goal at the moment. 1-1-7 plays 0-1-1. Here's your grid for race 2. Disruptive Labs Formula V. GSRC Porsche Cup to come. And a 40-minute race from the circuit to Barcelona, Catalan. You're expecting another big field there. Jordan Pianazzola, Glenn Cederberg front row. Adam Lavis, Tony Baker, second row. Michael Adams, Sam Chapman, third row. Alexander Burgersherd and Harrison Dembrigger, the fourth row. Nathan Moroney, John Merritt from 5. From 6, it's Tim Ward and Alan McDonald. 7, Thorn Weggett, Hilton Booth. 8, Ryan Tate, Jacob Miller. 9, Pete Matson, Brett Bradbury. 10, Greg Heaney, Harrison Rayner. 11, Joel Hansen, Jordan Dakin. 12, Brendan Nealon, Patrick Savina. 13, Will Ramsden. And actually, Jonathan Harris has retaken the grid. So we were getting a false reading on him a few moments ago.
I think
no Jacob Miller just yet. We'll wait and see.
Disqualified. He may have hit the incident point limit. He had a black flag with the white cross in it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, he obviously picked up a penalty earlier in the piece and didn't serve it. Okay, lights out, away we go. Trouble. I reckon that was a jump start. Yeah. I reckon that was a massive jump start. What are you doing to me, Thorn Weggett? Surely. Was it Thorn? No, it was Hilton Booth. It was Hilton Booth.
Hilton.
Up the outside. Surely he's got a black flag next to his name as they hit the first corner. They make their way through. Yep, there it is. As proud as far as the eye can see, as proud as the day is long. Can we just have a look at the temperature and the service settings, please, mate, on the right-hand side? I didn't get a chance to run through that. There goes Harrison Dembrinker. And off with him as well was Joe and Hansen and Brett Bradbury. Disaster for Dembrinker. The race 1 podium. There won't be a repeat of that in race 2. 9:46 local server time. 18 km an hour winds in a mostly southerly tending southeasterly direction. 20 degrees the ambient, 86% humidity, partly cloudy conditions, and 24 degrees. I can't believe that it's dry. We're in Scotland, for goodness sake. It is dry. What are we doing? Did you see how much it lashed down at the athletics track the other night in Glasgow? Right out, round to the main. Straight trouble!
Oh, it's going to be... No, they managed to avoid it.
Wow, the track was nearly blocked there momentarily. That was a wild ride. Patrick Savina, Jordan Dakin, Brett Bradbury, Joel and Hansen, Harrison Rayner all caught up. Hilton Boot to pit lane to serve that obvious drive-through. Oh, boy. Alexander Burgersherd off track now as well. So again, it doesn't go to plan for him in an invert race. He finds trouble in race 2. He's all good when he leads from the front, and he's at the front of the field. But has not gone to plan this time round. Something about Burgersherd and inverts. Nothing wrong. Oh, here we go. Oh, trouble. Oh, no. So Burgersherd got some assistance. That's what we know about that. Rayner in 24th position is back on the racetrack now, but he's half a lap down. And off track again. Glenn Cederberg up on the outside. Geez, I've got a fair bit of intel coming through into the commentary box tonight, all to do with what I've just posted about on social media. My inbox is going to light up something the likes tonight. John Merritt off the road now. So Merritt drops down behind Ryan Tate, and Tim Ward resumes in position number 10. All that hard work undone. It's a lottery here. Chapo's found his way to the front. Off track now goes Alan McDonald. Merritt boxed in behind him. He went around the outside to get the job done on Merritt. It's a lottery. We've already seen Burgersherd and also, of course, Hilton Booth rubbed out of it. We've seen Merritt caught up, Den Brinker as well. Burgersherd's 15th, Den Brinker's 16th. Tim Ward now off the road, recovering. There he was on the left-hand side of screen. Ryan Tate as well just got gobbled up by John Merritt on the way back through. Merritt down to the inside of Jonathan Harris. Yep, job done at the hairpin as they launch it back uphill, back up onto the main straight. 16 laps, probably the journey here, ladies and gentlemen. Across the line we go. Chapo the leader by bare inches over Baker and Lavis and Riddell and Adams and Pianozola. Maroney's in 7th and Merritt has the fastest lap of the race, but he's 4 seconds too far back. In fact, he's 9 off the lead at the moment. So, to do the heavy lifting, he's up. Oh, no, Tony Baker's gone. He was leading. I was just about to make the point. That in the absence of John Merritt at the forefront of this field, the responsibility would fall back into the lap of Tony Baker. Now it's Glencito Riddell. Wowee. So, Lavis, Chapman, Riddell, Adams, Pianozola, Maroney, Baker, Merritt and Harris. There's your top 9. Greg Heaney holds on to 10th at the moment. Invert pole would go to Tim Ward if things were to stay as they are. I love the V's when they're nice and close and tight. We know that. But I tell you what, I love it when we have just a lottery draw. And we've got one of those tonight at the Knockhill circuit in Scotland. 58.5, 58.548 for Jonathan Harris. Oh, boy. It's all happening here. So you've got Tony Baker on the comeback trail. He's chasing his teammate John Merritt. They'll push one another along. They'll try and shake off the shadow of Jonathan Harris right now. Don't forget, folks, Porsche Cup racing to follow. Baton change. Schmidtke out. Neil in. I'm looking forward to that. I think Neely will be well advised that his commentary box will be a little bit louder this evening, so he might need to turn his headphones down a little bit compared to last night. Down the inside, Harris wedges his way in between the two poles. Shooting entries goes up into 7th. 8th, I should say. Merritt the next target. Across the line we go. Lavis all over the back of Chapman like a cheap suit. Something about these two, Schmidtke. It's like anything magnetic and the magnet detector, right? Every time you go and race and these two are in the same server, at one point or another, they find each other. And they've done it again. Chapman to the front and looking for, let's have a look at the stats here, because he's 9th in the points race at the moment, but he, like Merritt, would be looking for his 3rd win of the season. For Merritt, it was obviously 4th win of the season. So he'd be looking to continue that run of staying in contact with Merritt as far as race wins are concerned. Round they go, onto the main straight. Tim Ward the leader. Tim Ward was looking good for the invert pole. I don't know who that is spinning in the background. Oh, that's Glencito. That's Glencito. There's off-track alerts lighting up all over the place. Cito, Heaney, Miller, Ramsden, and now Glencito. They're dropping like flies. Does anyone want to win this race? Chapman and Lavis do. Look who's 3rd. Old mate Jordan Pianozola. Looking good for another podium. Have a look at this. Michael Adams, John Merritt, Jonathan Harris, Tony Baker. The problem they've got is when you take out Pianozola and Adams, it's 5 seconds almost back to John Merritt. Pianozola and Adams are helpless at the moment. They can't latch on and go with Chapman and Lavis. Off goes Pete Matson. Oh, wow. Cito up in a 12th spot on the comeback trail. I mentioned Tim Ward. He was holding down the invert pole there momentarily. Fell off the track, fell back to 7th behind Hanson and McDonald. McDonald now holds the invert pole at this point. Could we fit any more action in? My goodness, we're not even 7 minutes into this race, Schmitty. Take a breath. My God. Australia and New Zealand on the velodrome at the moment, if you want to keep an eye on the Commonwealth Games too, ladies and gentlemen, just as we continue on here. Across the start-finish line we go. Burgersherd's recovered up in a 9th spot. That's a good recovery after the opening up shenanigans. Thornton Wiggett's also on the comeback trail in 10th. Harrison then bring it back to 13th. Not bad considering how it was going for him on the first lap. Lavis has gone to the lead on Chapman. Ravis to the inside, gets by Chapman. Chapman drops back into position number 2. Eli Donaldson, good evening. Are we going to see a little cameo from you in a certain tin top one-mate category very shortly, please? I hope so. Circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya awaits for the Porsche Cup, 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, wherever you're tuning in all around Australia. And of course, that's 10:45 in New Zealand, 6:45 on the West Coast, and it equates to 10:45 a.m. GMT. Now, Chapman's got Lavis back. Chapman has got Lavis back. That'll be on the run down to turn 1. It is a rapid-fire, very quick lap here at Knockhill, and I'm excited because when we look at Formula V and we look at the path ahead, we've got Oschersleben, we've got Tsukuba, we've got Phillip Island, we've got Virginia North, we've got Motorsport in a couple of weeks, we've got the Ritz-Kogan Motor Centre next week. The only two we're missing really from an excitement standpoint are obviously Willow Springs. We love Willow Springs.
That goes. Oh, actually.
Yeah. What's going on here? Have I got the wrong calendar on screen? Because
I reckon Oschersleben.
Yeah, Oschersleben's going to be changed.
Changed out for. You just said it, and I can't think of it. Willow Springs. I reckon that's been swapped out.
Yeah, righto. I'm with you on that. If that is the case, actually, let's go and have a look at the actual Google Drive of the calendar. 8th week. It still says Motorsport Arena Oschersleben at the moment, but if it's in the hands of a vote and we go for Willow Springs, I'm all for it. There was another circuit I was just thinking of that would have also been excellent at this point in time, and I was a little bit surprised to not see it on the screen there, but that's okay. I'll come back to that a little bit later on. Let's continue on. Eli Donaldson, I'll be there. I'll come have a chat after with you. Thank you, mate. We look forward to that immensely. Obviously, we've got Phillip Island. If we had Sandown, I reckon that'd be good for the V's, quite frankly. No, I just had it in my mind one of the other circuits, and it might pop up elsewhere on maybe a Friday night or something. I need to go back to the drawing board and have a look there as we rock and roll through here. Remembering that we've got plenty of great racing to come from the IndyCar series and also the GT1 Civil War. That's all coming up in the weeks ahead. Snedden 300, that is one of the stops coming up on the GT1 tour. That will be an absolute beauty. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Road America is always a good stop for those guys. VIR North will throw up some fireworks. Kurt Robinson, I won't be in post-race. I have to work at 5 a.m. You poor bloke. I will not have my alarm set for that early. I have to say. In fact, I might not even have the alarm set at all tomorrow, considering that today's taken all the energy out of me. I might just sleep until my heart's content with a view to being back here ready for... I didn't even get to have dinner. That's how busy today's been. Dinner after the broadcast. I'll be back on deck for GT1 and IndyCar tomorrow night. Of course, Lime Rock Park was the one that I was hoping we would have on the Formula V Tour. Schmitty, I don't know why it came into the memory and then went out again, but we do have Lime Rock for the BMW M Sport Cup in week 7, and I am here for that one, so I'm looking forward to that. I reckon Lime Rock, Willow Springs, Phillip Island are the 3 compulsories for the V's. They just deliver the goods.
Yeah, I reckon Road Atlanta is a good one as well that we're
absolutely
not going to.
But would you go long circuit or short circuit? Because we've done both in the V's.
I think the long circuit's better just because you get that really long back straight to get some good drafting action.
Takes forever and a day to get round, but we're not worried about that. We like it. Luke Alavoine just had a blackout. Damn it! See, this is where generators come in handy. I'll have to get him to share it. Trent Lavis, when we had the big cyclone blowover anticlimax roll through here last year, he was running on a generator for days. Had the sim rig set up and everything. We'll get. I'll make contact with Trent, see if he can't share that in our club Discord somewhere to show everybody the walkthrough he did to show just how good the generator setup was. I'm not sure if he had one or two, but he definitely had something. It was magnificent. Jonathan Harris, Ryan Tate. Jonathan Harris is off the road. Jonathan Harris drops down to 12th spot, and now Thorn Wiggett drops out of shot. He drops down to 18th. A top 15 finishing result slipped by the wayside, and with it goes the chance of featuring in the invert. Oh, well, at least he's getting his screen time. That's one plus, I guess. IndyCar tomorrow night from the streets of Long Beach. We're looking forward to that. It's interesting. I've had 3 friend requests come through today. 2 have been from Sydney and 1 from Victoria. So obviously someone's having someone's got wind of me having a little bit of event on social media today. Interesting. I wonder why. Across the start-finish line we go. Thorn Wiggett there in 20th position at the moment. And Thorn sits there very nicely placed to hopefully avoid any further trouble for the balance of this race. Hilton Boots already served the drive-through. He's the next target, but he's 3 seconds up the road. Back to Patrick Savina. So he's not in the thick of anything at the moment. He just needs to go through the motions, consolidate the spot, and hopefully push forward in race number 3. Thorn Wiggett there in 20th position, another off-track moment. So, yes, that happens live. That happens live. Back to 23rd now. Chapo with a lap and a half to go. He leads from Adam Lavis, Jordan Pianatola 3rd, John Merritt, Michael Adams 4th and 5th, Tony Baker 6th, Alex Bergersherd 7th, Nathan Moroney 8th, and Ryan Tate in 9th. And Harrison Dembrinker makes up the top 10. Glenn Setter, Riddell, Brendan Nealon, Joel Hansen, Brett Bradbury, and Alan McDonald, the top 15. So McDonald would be staring down the invert pole as things currently sit. White flag in the air, one more time around. But Chapman under assault from Lavis. It's been like that all day. In this race, at least, they broke clear of the chasing pack. Pianazzola's just gone by Merritt for 3rd. Chapman, Lavis. Can Lavis make a late lunge here as this Chapo's to lose? Michael Adams it is. Michael Adams was backwards. Good pick up, Matty. Well done. Because we didn't see the off-track alert. We just saw the name drop down. So, oh, look at that. It's on. It's feisty. Pianazzola trying to fend off John Merritt and keep him at bay. A little bit of a nip and shoulder and nip and tuck, hip and shoulder, I should say. And now Merritt's down the inside of Pianazzola to the final corner. Wheel banging, that's not going to work, boys. Sam Chapman across the line gets the job done. Checker flag in the air. Pianazzola's gone round to the final corner. Oh, can you believe that? Merritt escapes with 32nd podium of the night. Looking good for round honours. Chapman, Lavis, Merritt, Baker, Borgersherd, the top 5. Then Adams, Pianazzola, Moroney, Tate, and Riddell, the top 10. Wowee. Chapman, Lavis, Merritt, Baker, Borgersherd, and Adams. And Pianazzola has to settle for 7th in the end. Can you believe that? I thought he might have been on to have a run, have a lunge, have a crack at trying to pip Merritt at the post, but unfortunately, he's lost it on the final turn, and that's all she wrote. Moroney in for 8th, Tate 9th, Cito 10th, Bradbury, Nealon, Hansen, Dembrinker, and Alan McDonald will get the invert pole in Disruptive Labs Formula V. Ooh, how good. 8 p.m. Eastern time. We've got a 2-minute warm-up here, then we've got a 15-minute feature. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, and 10 o'clock in New Zealand. You're watching Thursday Night Motorsport live, exclusive and free across the platforms of the Gentleman Sim Racing Club, Facebook and YouTube. And then we can go around the grounds for you. So the NRL underway. The Roosters up against the Cowboys, 6-0 in favour of the Roosters after only 6 minutes of play. Actually, why have I only got one monitor on here downstairs when I could have actually two and be able to watch a bit of the footy as well as the Commonwealth Games as we go here? I'm not sure. Do I want to watch the AFL or the NRL? Probably the NRL at the moment, because the AFL is blown out. The Cats lead the Collingwood Magpies 4-2, 26 plays, 1-2-8 at this particular point in time. Let's mute the television. And let's go to the 7 network, and we'll see how we go on 7, mate, with the AFL there. Remember, if you are in AFL states except WA, you are seeing the AFL on the main channel and the Commonwealth Games on 7, mate, for the moment. Very, very good. Now, let's continue on here. 4-2, 26 plays, 1-2-8 is the score, Geelong and Collingwood. You just saw the results on your screen there from the second race, the Disruptive Labs Formula V. We want to remind you that we're here with thanks to Disruptive Labs, Waste Options, Trophy AI, merch.tgsrci.com and Flash Graphics. A big thank you to all of them. I just want to confirm and verify what else is on as far as sport is concerned on this Thursday night. There's a fair bit going on. Com Games, North Queensland, Collingwood. No, that's it. We've got we had the Aussies in the netball this morning against the South Africans. They're going along beautifully at the moment. The Diamonds looking good to take home yet another gold for the Aussies in what's been a gold rush for us. Reverse grid top 3 for Wild Ride, just unfortunately not featuring you, Thorn. You threw away any chance of that, unfortunately, in the latter stages of the second race there, but we hope the third one goes well for you, mate. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for dropping by. Cars will be on the grid for us any tick of the clock. So Chapman levels up, gets one on Adam Lavis. It was very, very hotly contested right to the end. I think it's just a case of survival, the first 2 or 3 laps here. In the feature, Schmitty?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I was looking at something, so I didn't quite hear what you said, but I'll just go with yes.
Okay, copy that. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Now, don't forget, big weekend of sport coming up as well, folks. NRLW Magic round coming up. We've got no NASCAR this weekend and no IndyCar either, but we've got the IMSA from Road America on Monday morning. It's a very quiet weekend as far as motorsport is concerned, considering that it is that usual summer break in Europe, but plenty of AFL and NRL to sink its teeth into, and also the Sydney Super Cup pre-season friendlies for the World Game, hot on the back of the World Cup. I like the last to midfield challenge, says Thorn Wicket. Yeah, you'd have to by now. Al McDonald, Harrison Denbrinker, Joel Hanson, Brendan Nealon, Brett Bradbury, the top 5 on this grid, ready to rock and roll. Final one of the night, race 12 of the season, night 4, week 4, term 3, platforms of the Gentleman Sim Racing Club. Let's go! Who was that up on the inside? That was not a bad jump from Greg Heaney up into 20th spot. And in beside him, I think, was either Patrick Savina or Will Ramsden. They make it to the first corner. They're through cleanly for the moment. Oh, no. Forget about that, Ryan Tate. Oh, 10-pin bowling. He only took one. He took Brett Bradbury and Nathan Moroney with him. Ryan Tate, Don Weggett, they're all caught up. And that was unlucky. As soon as you saw Tate take to the grass, it was a case of holding your breath, ladies and gentlemen. You knew it wasn't going to end well. That's not fun for Ryan Tate. You feel sorry for him, but anyone else caught up in that is just collateral, and it cannot be helped. Thornweger, Nathan Moroney, Will Ramsden, Jordan Dakin. Will Ramsden, Nathan Moroney, Jordan Dakin have dropped down to the bottom of the field. So Nathan Moroney was a top out-of-town competitor for much. Trouble. John Merritt's caught up. Glenn Cito, I think, was also caught up in that. No, it was Tony Baker and Brendan Nealon. So it was the other two. Wowee. Chaotic opening lap, as I said, survival. You just had to survive, and Merritt wasn't able to do that. Drops back into 13th. But we saw this earlier, didn't we? He somehow continues to work his way through the field. He got third earlier. after winning the opening heat. Al McDonald off the road, drops back behind Joel Hansen and Tony Bacon now. Jacob Miller, Patrick Savina, sorry, and Pete Matson now off the road, exchanging dirt and grass. Dakin, Neil on Chapman, all to pit road. Chapman was caught up in that. I didn't see that. And now there is Storm Weggett caught up as well. So Chapo with a couple of strong finishes to start the night, a fifth and obviously the first. Now he's on the tow rope. Let's have a look at this. Oh dear, he was doing the do-si-do down there.
Stuck together.
Brendan Nealon, was it? Yeah. Nealon got back going and Chapman did not. Oh dear. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Savina, Ramsden, Chapman. Savina, Ramsden and Chapman. There you go. Chapman back out now after 54 seconds on the tow rope, and he's a lap down and he's out of business. And once you go a lap down round here, you're not getting it back. The lap is too short. Chapo will be left to consolidate and just salvage whatever minor points he can tonight. Have a look at the amount of dirt and debris on the circuit. Michael Adams just dragged a little bit more of that back on. And I think Johnny Merritt did as well. He's got Hilton Booth in behind him. Wowee.
Just try to make it a rallycross track without taking the actual rallycross track here.
Correct. Now, I did say there earlier, I just want to go back to Formula V. Harrison Dembrinker, we mentioned last week in the points race here. Dembrinker's having quite a good run so far. 2 second-place finishes. So if he can convert here, he'll have himself... Hello, Joe Baldwin. Good evening to you.
Bit of my game tonight. Got the comments telling me what to do.
I was going to say, just throwing some broadcast advice in the direction of the producer and director tonight, noting full well that he needs to be on his game tomorrow night, otherwise you'll have a chance to return serve. Harrison Dembrinker in the leader, Tony Baker, Glenn Cedar, Riddell and Joel Hansen the top four, and Jordan Pianozola in for fifth. I look forward to Joe's company in here tomorrow night on the platforms of the Gentleman Sim Racing Club. Harrison Dembrinker, Tony Baker, Glenn Cedar, Riddell, Joel Hansen, Jordan Pianozola the top five, Alan McDonald, Alex Bergersherd, then Adam Lavis the top eight, Jonathan Harris in for ninth, and Michael Adams is 10th. John Merritt is 11th, Tim Ward is 12th, Hilton Booth, Jacob Miller and Ryan Tate the top 15. Yes, good evening to you, mate. Good afternoon, actually, over there on the West Coast. Chapo off the road again, so that really adds the salt into the wound of this third and final race for him. Jonathan Harris down on the inside of Adam Lavis. Whoa! Did well. Alan McDonald was spinning in all of that. That car not looking very happy at the moment. Oh, wow, that's ugly. There they go. McDonald's gone, took Harris with him. It didn't want to turn. And Harris gives him what for?
Now they're inside each other.
Well. Oh, boys, that's not going to work for you. There they go. Race control's going to have a bit of work to do tomorrow.
Oh, what happened there?
Oh, no!
Who was
Couple
that?
late arrivals on scene. We've got a car park halfway along the back straight. Nathan Moroney's caught up. Jordan Dakin onto the tow rope. So too will Ramsden and Sam Chapman back on pit lane. Nathan Moroney joins them now.
That was a big one.
Wow. And Jonathan Harris, he's just been finished off. And he just went the old F-4, and the safety car has now been deployed. And that wasn't internally, or was it? Did Tommy Cole arrive in? Tommy Cole's in our race control channel. Has he just seen that and said, righto, boys, that's it? Well, because the track was blocked and there was one upside down, did iRacing race control say, that'll do it, boys, thanks very much?
I reckon that'd be the iRacing one. I believe this series has the yellow flag setting on, so we've seen it a couple of times now.
So Adelaide and now Knockhill. We will reconvene and we'll line up again behind the safety car. It's not good news for anybody that's already on pit lane. They're out of the fight, but it is very good news for the likes of Hilton Booth and Jacob Miller, who are just outside the top 10, and John Merritt in 9th place. This is like a get-out-of-jail-free card, a free gift for him to try and have a second crack. Harrison Dembrinker, Tony Baker, Glenn Cedar, Riddell, Joel Hansen and Alexander Bergersherd, Jordan Pianozola and Adam Lavis, the top 7, and Michael Adams in for 8th. Right now, Tate with the mechanical meatball flag. Jonathan Harris has just gone Alt F4. So too Pete Matson. So too Patrick Savina. And we have Jordan Dagan showing off the road again, but he's got back going. iRacing safety car under control of the field right now. Moroney, Chapman, Ramsden all on pit road. Oh boy, such drama. And Andrew Neal's arrived ready to rock and roll with the Porsches at quarter to the hour. And this is how it all started. Alan McDonald, and yeah, they were interlocked.
I reckon McDonald's car was bent from that previous contact as well. I'm trying to find it.
Look.
And then they're just inside each other, yeah.
And as they've come back onto the racetrack, let's have a look at this again, because this just got uglier and uglier and uglier. Wow, the rejoin from Harris, I mean, he's flying blind there, so he's tried to reverse and get back on the track, but he's right on the racing line. He needed to go to the other side to be out of harm's way, but because he was right in the line, in the firing line, and everybody else has arrived blind. Can we take an onboard shot from somebody that was caught up in that incident, please? Yeah. If we can, please, mate. Nathan Moroney, possibly. You'll see what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see Alan's car was broken. We have that confirmed from Joe Baldwin, but watch this. Watch how the seas part here as Moroney arrives on scene to this, because this is coming up out of the dog leg to go onto the back straight. So he's going to be second on scene. But watch how little reaction time they've got. So you can see the dust. You know something's going on. You have no bloody idea what it is, though. Watch this. 3, 2, bang. See you later. Yep. There was no pulling that up. Oh, dear. And he escaped the scene of the crime unhurt as well. Yes. He certainly did. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Have a look at that. Crunched up, broken race cars. Rody Dakin, Ramsden, they're all out of it. We'll get back underway here very shortly. Dan Brinker leading the field round behind the safety car. That was the incident that implicated Adam Lavis momentarily. But that was what started off the chain reaction. Harris and McDonald, bang, across the racetrack, Dukes of Hazzard style.
Hopefully someone's pressed the button to reduce the laps, but I'm not sure. We'll see if the safety car goes in.
The longer we go round, the more time this chews out of the clock. Are the lights on the safety car? No, they're not.
Here we go.
Let's go back to racing. Ladies and gentlemen, probably good for 6, maybe 7 laps. We might get to 15, we might not. Let's go. If we get back to normal racing speed, we should sneak a 15th in, but we'll be one short of the green flag race distance. They're only 96-second laps behind the caution, so they're not losing a hell of a lot of time. There's no doubt about that. It's a quick lap under the safety car by safety car standards, by iRacing standards. Harrison Rayner and Nathan Moroney have just been rubbed out of it completely. They've got now black flags to serve. And Jordan Dagan still has the mechanical meatball. He's still on pit road. Will Ramsden there as well. Chapo, Matson, Savina, all out. Put a line through them. You may as well do the same for Jordan Dagan, because in a 15-lap race, when you're 4 laps down, you are not going to be classified based on 75% race distance. Back up onto the start-finish straight we go here. Dan Brinker, Baker, Cito, then Bergershirt, Hansen, Pianazzola, then Lavis, then Adams, then Merritt, then Ward, the top 10. Hilton Booth in for 11th, Ryan Tate, Jacob Miller, Greg Heaney, and Brett Bradbury, the top 15. Thorn Weggett is there in 16th spot at the moment. Wow. That was close. Baker back to the lead. Got to be critical. These guys need to tread lightly here. They're on thin ice in every sense of the word, aren't they? Because everywhere you look, and there's more coming onto the circuit. Adam Lavis now drags a bit back on. There's more debris popping up everywhere, so there's more trip hazards. Whoa! Dan Brinker sliding across the ripple strip. They make it 3 wide. Here comes Cito down the inside of everybody. He's got 2 wheels in the grass. Someone's going to have to pull it up in the final corner. Baker goes deep. Dan Brinker goes deepest. Cito up on the inside. Dan Brinker gets the run off the corner. Baker got balked. On the exit of the final turn, across the line we go. 5 to go. I'm calling it as 5 because if they get back to 58s, they will get back to the line in time to see the white flag at about the 14:57 marker. But it could only be 4. We'll wait and see. Will the pace at the front increase or diminish with the more contenders lining up to have a crack at the tail of Harrison Den Brinker. Den Brinker leads Cito, Burgersherd. And then you go back to Baker, Pianazola, Hansen, Lavis, Merritt. Then Adams and Ward, the top 10. Across the line we go. This is fantastic. This is terrific. Bradbury and Dakin there. Mechanical meatball. And on the inside, Burgersherd. Straight through on Cito. Josh Zuno just alluding us to a big crash for Brett Bradbury that's rubbed him out of contention. There are only 17 cars on the lead lap. There are 9 parked up on pit lane in some way, shape or form, or circulating a lap or 2 down. And Brett Bradbury's confirmation that he has been a human wrecking ball tonight. El Chapo, former front-running contender in this series, up and over goes Brett Bradbury. And parked it perfectly on the wall. 10 out of 10 for the landing. Have a look at that. Oh, you feel for Brett Bradbury. He can't take a trick in this series. Chapo says this game sucks. He won't be saying that next week. He wouldn't have been saying it after race 2 either, because the results showed him at the top of the leaderboard. It's only race 3 that he's got an issue with at the moment, Chapo. But actually, what the hell happened on the opening lap there, Chapo, of the first race, when you've bowled it wide down at turn 3? Back across the start-finish line we go. Have a look at Burgersherd up on the outside of Den Brinker. Tony Baker wants a piece of this. Wedges through the middle. He just opened the door for himself and marched straight through. Tony Baker to the lead on the run to turn 1, and we got 3 to go. I think we got 3. We might see a white flag next time by the line. 8.5 from the Russian judges, says Joe Baldwin. I'd have to agree with that. The landing was brilliant. If you were looking for the 180-degree somersault, not the 360, of course. Round they go. Jordan Dakin back to pit lane. So Rayner's out of it. Bradbury's out of it. Maroney's out of it. Rayner's still circulating, but he's back in pit lane now. He's showing as 3 laps down. He needs to complete another one to be classified, I would think. Back to the line. Are we going to get 2, or is this going to be it? I think we're good for 2 time-wise. It says 10 seconds on the clock. They're coming up to see the white flag. They're going to get back to the control line. We're good for 2. 3 wide across the strike. Den Brinker, Baker, Burgersherd in the middle. Down to turn 1. Oh, that won't end well. Come on, boys. Get through cleanly. Oh, they did. Very nicely done. It was very, very good awareness to the moment from Tony Baker to get out of that one and just let Den Brinker and Burgersherd hold track position and hold sway. Cito Riddell and Johnny Merritt, Adam Lavis, Jordan Pianazola, the top 7. Joel Hansen, Ryan Tate, Michael Adams and Tim Ward, the top 11. Through they go. The run to the final lap to the white flag. It's on in earnest. Burgersherd, Den Brinker and Baker. So, Burgersherd, Den Brinker, Baker down the inside. Who's coming with him? Cito, and look who's there, nipping at the heels. John Merritt. Den Brinker kept Baker at bay. Baker will try and get the run around the outside. He'll be getting pushed along from Cito and Merritt, although Cito went to the inside to get the toe from Den Brinker. White flag flies at Knockhill. 3 wide on the run to 1. Look at the big set from Cito. Merritt just sitting in there patiently in 5th position. A top 5 wins the round for him, I think, with the demise of Chapman. Whoa, sliding through. Baker sits second beautifully at the moment. Cito's got by Den Brinker, got his nose in front. Lavis and Pianazola have swapped real estate as well. Half a lap to go. They're both gone. What a save, Den Brinker. Oh, no. Niwan's out of that as well. Cito's gone. Oh, my goodness me. Tony Baker holds on to second. Burgersherd's the leader. 1 quarter to go. Is Alexander Burgersherd about to win a feature race on the platforms of the Gentleman Sim Racing Club, and not before time? Last turn, checkered flag. Oh, well done, Grant Borden. Your boys done it. Alexander Burgersherd victorious at Knockhill. We've got 3 different winners of the night. Baker, Den Brinker, Merritt, Lavis, Adams, Hansen and Pianazola the top 8. Then Hilton Booth and Timmy Ward make up the top 10. Thorn Wiggett fought back for 11th. Well done. Plus 12 makes him the biggest mover of the race. He'll be delighted with that. Then you go back, Ryan Tate, Glenn Cito, Brendan Nealon and Jacob Miller, the top 15. Alan McDonald, Greg Heaney, and then Harrison Rayner rounded us out, and he will get classified, finishing only 2 laps down. What about that, Matt Schmidtke? Formula V delivers again, even with a safety car intervention.
Yep, it certainly did, and well, the safety car may have even made it more interesting. It certainly was a good finish.
Great recovery from John Merritt to get 4th. Real disappointment for his teammate Glenn Cito to fall out of what was looking like a top 5 to finish 13th. What about the save, if we can have a look at the replay? Because he and Dembrinka had it sideways, about 90 degrees. Dembrinka was able to jag it back, but Cito was not. That was a hell of a save from Harrison Dembrinka to secure a podium finish. And Alexander Bergersherd gets a rare feature race win on the platforms of the Gentleman Sim Racing Club. I thought Wigan will take that. I thought he might, actually. If he offered 11th and most positions gained to him after how the first 2 races had gone, I'm not surprised to hear that he'll take that. Have a look at this. Glenn Cito and also Harrison Dembrinka now. They were forcing the issue. They were side by side through 4 on the run to 5. Look at this, 5, 6, slide, if you don't mind. Dembrinka saved it. I got no idea how. Great car control. Speaking of great car control, hello, Greg Heaney.
How you going? That was an experience.
Oh, talk us through that, mate. The hill delivers again. We love Knockhill, one of the underrated gems. Probably probably my favourite when it comes to the British motorsport venues that we visit. That we more commonly associate with the British Touring Car Championship. So by which I mean we're excluding Silverstone from that count. This is right up there with Snetterton. This is an absolute gem of a racetrack.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute cracking racetrack. Race 2 got 2 consecutive laps of 3 wide calls into turn 1, so that was spicy. And I'm like, I can't see these cars. They're here somewhere. And then it was just a case of hope and pray and send it through turn 1 and see what happens. But yeah, credit to the guys for majority share clean racing. I know there's going to be a little bit of work to do for race control tomorrow. And whatever else there may be, but yeah, that was spicy at best. And I'm not sure if Brett had bumped me or I took his nose off, but apologies. He did get some free flying lessons in race 3.
Oh dear, I do not doubt that in the slightest. What an extraordinary fight that was at the front of the field. We'll hear from Harrison Dembrinka and Jacob Miller's in the booth as well. We'll hear from them in just a moment. I need to know how Harrison Dembrinka saved that. That was extraordinary, and it kept him on track for a podium finish. But talking about you, Greg, I mean, obviously the lone soldier here for whiskey business, and it was fairly whiskey out there, let's be honest.
Yeah. I haven't had any, but I'm probably going to go and have one now.
I don't blame you.
No, look, to be honest, it was a good night. Yeah, okay, not all my races were as clean as I would have liked them to have been, but it's just an absolute cracker of a car and track combination that always brings out decent racing. So it was fun even battling towards the back in the middle of the grid. I think at one point there I managed to gain 7 or 8 positions in a lap, and then come around the next lap I'd lost about 4 of them, so it happens. But it was pretty good racing, to be honest.
Yeah, indeed it was. And the next round, it promises to get even better. The Roots Kogan Motor Centre in Norway. So whether you like the circuit or not, we know that it delivers, the Formula Vs deliver a good product everywhere they go. It's been a while since we've seen Roots Kogan on broadcast, though.
Yeah, I think the last time we were there might have been Supercars season 1, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these around there should be quite good, and there's plenty of undulation on the track that should get a little bit of lightness in the car happening, as if things not light enough already when you get it over a curb. So yeah, we'll be good, I reckon.
Indeed. So 3 different winners in the night as well. What's next for you, please? Are you lining up in the Porsche, or are you done for the night?
No, I am done for the night.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm.
GT1 and IndyCar tomorrow night, yeah?
Yep, doubling up for tomorrow. So.
And that'll be awesome.
Yes, yeah. Well, Indy's at Long Beach, I think it was. Long Beach, I think. That should be very, very interesting, trying to keep the thing off the wall.
And before that, Road Atlanta for the GC1 and sprint racing as well.
Yeah, Road Atlanta, I know our illustrious previous president is currently sitting in my server because there was a bunch of us in there having a chat and carry on. He's back from holiday, and he said he was turning some laps in the GT1, and he said it's going to be very much grip and left rear limited around that entire circuit. So it will be interesting, I think.
So, interesting to note as well, when you look at the schedule and what's ahead, you mentioned Josh Zuno there a few moments ago. It's interesting, right? Because he's just slid into the comments here a few moments ago, and he said, call me a sycophant, but I'm actually enjoying these iRacing deployed safety cars. And it certainly spiced things up in Formula V from our standpoint. A bit of a reprieve for some people, but also as soon as you bunch everybody back up again, it ramps up the possibility of more carnage tenfold, doesn't it? And it delivered. We got more of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody knows that it's the inherent thing of a safety car. Is every chance it's going to breed another one, or it's obviously just going to bring everybody back closer together, and somebody's going to trip over somebody, or multiple people are going to trip over multiple people, and it's going to just, as you say, bring more carnage. But if everybody races within their limits, but obviously still showing respect to everybody else on the road, even with the manually thrown or iRacing thrown safety cars, it technically shouldn't breed more. But it happens in the real world, and it apparently happens in the sim. So, I mean, it is what it is, and we deal the cards we get, or play the cards we get dealt. So,
indeed. Now let's be perfectly clear about a couple of things here. We've got the Porsche Cup race standing by, ladies and gentlemen, but I've got more breaking news. On a day full of breaking news, there's some big motorsport news brewing. You may have already seen that. V8 Sleuth reporting on it at the moment. I've had my ear to the phone all afternoon. I've delved into a bit more detail than what they'd be willing to pussyfoot around. But there is some news coming through from the world of cricket as well. The Bazball era over as far as the red ball game is concerned. Stephen Fleming. So they've stayed in New Zealand. Stephen Fleming, the Kiwi great, has been announced as the head coach of the test team, and Joe Root will return as captain of the test team as well. So there's some breaking news for you on a Thursday night. I'm not sure, Tony Baker, I'm not sure if you were here for Adelaide, but we had them. We had the iRacing safety car deployed on the streets of Adelaide, and that was only 3 weeks ago. Although that being said, here I was worried about my short-term memory. I'm not sure if you boys were here 3 weeks ago, were you? I'll have to do some research. But yes, we've had them. That's the second safety car we've had deployed this season in Formula V. Something about the Vs and the safety car getting a run at the moment. I'm all for it. Very nice. Hey, Greg, well done. Survival of the fittest out there. You got back to 7th, I think it was, towards the end of that third race, and it was chaotic. So well done on surviving, because we said that would be important for your chances, and that applied to everybody across the board. And there were a couple, including would-be championship contender Sam Chapman, that weren't able to do that. So you've done better than him, hence why the comment came through a few moments ago. I'm not liking this game, he says. He wasn't saying that after race 2 when he won. He was after race 3 when it ended on pit road. Thank you, mate. Who would you like to thank?
Obviously, you guys here in the booth, putting on the broadcast and the commentary and everything like that, and obviously everybody here at the GSRC. Without all the members and everything like that, we obviously wouldn't have all of the fun and frivolity that we do have every day of the week. And obviously all the guys back at Whiskey Business as well, and all the sponsors on the car.
All right, very nicely done. Thank you for that. Good to catch up. Well done. And we'll catch up tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to it.
No worries. Cheers.
Now, Guys, I'm very mindful of the fact that I've got to do a bat and change here. We've got a race start at 8:45 for the Porsches, and I wouldn't mind sneaking in a pit stop as well if we can. If not, I'm holding on until about 10:30, and then I've got to worry about dinner as well. So let's go around the room very quickly. Harrison Denbrinker, how the bloody hell did you save that on the final lap, please? If you're there, Harry, there he is.
No idea, I am here. It was kind of just praying, holding the cross up in the air, and it worked out, so that was good.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can tick religious reference off your bingo card tonight. Very nicely done. Solid night. Race 1 and race 3, a lot better than race 2, though. Talk us through Knockhill from your perspective, please, because it looked like fun, but it also looked like hell on wheels. It looked like it was absolutely one of those situations where you didn't get a chance to come up for air at any point. It had to be full concentration every step of the way.
Yeah, it was pretty full on. That second race was a bit unfortunate. Ended up making lob to the curb, mounting it, and spinning myself at the start of the race. Got back into a good position, spun myself again, and that just happened to put us in a 1-2-3 reverse grid for WRM in the third race. And then a bit annoying with the safety car in that third race. I had like a 5-second lead, but is what it is. It was really fun racing.
Indeed. Hey, by the way, interesting choice of words from you. Very funny. I like it. Mounting the curve. Oh dear.
I'm currently in the Porsche quali session. I'm just struggling to think.
On the subject, that's going to be fun for you. We will obviously, we will definitely hear from you after the Porsches. Your unbeaten run in GT3 comes to an end, mate. But again, another podium finish here in the V's. You're starting to get the hang of this series. I mean, obviously, it'd be nice to buy some luck across all 3 races, but when you're at the front, when you got the pace, and when you're avoiding incidents, you're right there when the wheels, when the whips are cracking, aren't you?
Yeah, Knockhill was a lot of fun. The first couple rounds, I got a podium in each and just one out of 3 races. So it was good to double that, getting to 2 podiums here. And I probably could have got it in the second race, but didn't throw myself off the track. But it's been really fun having the guys over at WRM. We had, I think, 5 of us in this race. Just keeping the spirits up has been awesome as well.
Very nicely done. So, well done to you on the result there. I won't hold you too much longer because I want you to focus on the Porsche. We might get a chance to have a chat to you after that. No doubt instant promotion up into the elite split after the way you tore it to shreds last week in the Open.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, to be honest. I definitely wasn't on pace.
2 from 2.
I basically just jumped into it. The quali lap was my first lap into the Porsches.
Of course it was.
And most of this quali now is my practice for this, so I'll be off pace, but it'll be good fun.
Thornwiggett just verifying that we actually practiced for this one. Now, next week, Formula V, we're heading to Rudskogen Motor Centre, Norway. How familiar are you with that?
Not super familiar, but I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be a bit of a slipstream fest, and then if you can pull out in that middle sector or the tight twisty bits, then that's the best option, I guess.
All right, very nicely done. Who would you like to thank before I let you go on the proviso that we're probably going to have a chat to you after the Porsches?
Oh, it's just the same as always. Big thank you to guys over at WRM, Thorn, who does a lot, and my parents are watching at the moment.
Joe Baldwin just correcting himself, not Erebus Groves, with the NRL cross-reference there. Very nicely done. Thank you, Joe. And well done to you, Harry. Well done, mate. Great performance. The team led very, very well by Thornwiggett, going gangbusters at the moment. Hopefully Thorn will buy some luck and be in the top 10 in the coming rounds of Disruptive Labs Formula V. Good to catch up, buddy. Go well in the Porsche.
Awesome. Thank you.
To Jacob Miller and to John Merritt. Jacob, sum up your night for me, because it looked like just a hell of a lot of carnage and chaos, and good luck trying to avoid it.
Oh, yeah, I'll try and be quick so I don't take up too much of your pit stop time, but...
Thank you.
It was absolute carnage. I'm glad you told me to do this, because this is probably the most fun I've had, like, full stop racing. And I missed quali, and then I missed the start of the second race, but it didn't matter. The whole time, everyone's dying everywhere. I've seen so many cars get airtime. I think I saw Greg Heaney go into the crowd at one point.
No, that was Brett Bradbury.
Oh, Brett Bradbury.
Right, Bradbury went in and parked on the tyre wall on his lid. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a spectator sport this time around. And I was cackling the whole time. My face is sore from smiling.
And that's what we like to hear, because I mean we can take the competitive aspect of this to one side, and obviously it's an important part of what we do here, but I love hearing that it's, you know, the first rule of racing, have fun, and it sounds like you've done exactly that, mate. Fantastic. Are you jumping in for the Porsches?
No, I'm not. I'm getting bagged by my guys. I'll probably get bagged when I join the VC again, but no, not tonight. Me and my hot dog car are bringing it home and having a bit of a rest.
Oh, very nicely done. Now, when do we next see you on track, please?
It'll be GT3s, as you can imagine,
Monday night.
for the Hockenheim ring. Yeah, Monday night. Done some practice, good track.
Yep.
And yeah, it should be nice. Hopefully get a decent finish again.
Right. And now that the Formula V bug has bitten you, are we going to see you next Thursday night for Rd-4?
Oh, maybe not Rd-4. Right. What? Maybe not that track, because it's
Rd-4, Norway. Yes.
Yeah.
Think the Kogan TV. Rd-4, yes.
I'll definitely be back, but it's never been my favourite track. But I'll definitely be back. I'm not saying no to these again.
Good. We look forward to that. Maybe you'll just have to persevere with Rd-4 for a week and then focus on the second half of the season. Great to catch up with you, buddy. Well done. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm glad you took the recommendation on board. If only the other 500 members of the club would, we'd have a very good problem to have. We'd need multiple Formula V servers, not just GT3 and Porsche. Go well for the rest of the night and the weekend. We'll see you Monday. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Oh, I feel like it's... Haven't won anything, so we won't thank too many sponsors, but otherwise, yeah, have a good night, mate.
I will indeed. Thank you for stopping by, mate. Go well.
See ya.
Which leads us to John Hot Lap Merritt. Oh my goodness, talk us through that, because that looked like a mixed bag, really. There were a couple of moments where I thought, hang on, it might not go Hot Lap's way tonight, but you fought back well in race 2 after an early skirmish. Same again in race 3, mate, and I think it's 3 top 5 finishes for the night, and I wouldn't mind betting that you're probably right there with regards to the round honours as well between you and Alex Burgershirt. Fascinating night out. Knockhill delivers the fireworks yet again.
Yeah, Mr. Caven. I think someone said bring it back next season. I'm not so fond, but the track's good, but I don't know if it was no race control being there or too much red cordial, but mate, it was very lively. Both. Yeah, very lively. So I think, mate, like I did enjoy the fight backs, and I was pretty lucky with that safety car in the last race. I think gave me a fighting chance.
Indeed. Now, it's interesting too, because it is Formula V. At one point there, Chapo shows himself out to the left-hand side on the opening lap of Heat 1. He fought back to 5th. He wins race 2 from Adam Lavis, but then he parks it in race 3. So all of a sudden, his chances at trying to go one better this term looking a little bit shaky, whereas your championship defence is humming along quite nicely.
Yeah, I think mate, it can change in a round, right?
Yep.
So, you know, hopefully, mate, it's just good fun racing and clean racing, and yeah, this track certainly sort of tends to bring a bit of carnage with the amount of curbs, and despite best placement of cars, sometimes it goes astray. But yeah, it can certainly ruin a night quickly.
Indeed. Now, obviously, we're enjoying watching you pop up and have a steer and be competitive in just about everything else you jump behind the wheel of. Will we see... Hang on. Alexander Burgershirt, hello, mate. It was awesome to hot lap on, but the racing might have been a little too chaotic in his opinion and for his liking by the sounds of that. I thought he was making a reference to you there for a moment, but no, if he was out there on his own, it's an awesome track to drive. How good. And Tony Baker, think chap, he might have got an invoice to pay in race 2 as well. Okay, so we'll follow that up too with regards to, obviously he led across the line. If he's got an invoice, then it's Adam Lavis's victory. We'll find out more about that a little bit later on. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate the intel. Hot lap, wrap it up for me. When else might we see you over the course of the next 7 days, and how much are you looking forward to the Rd-4 Motor Centre or not?
Mate, haven't done much there, so can't say know much about it. Feel like I've raced there. Hopefully own it.
Yep.
We'll find out Thursday night next week, and EG next race. I'll try and make it for the GT1s tomorrow night.
The old lick the stamp and send it approach. Very nice. I like it. Hopefully see you on the grid for the GT ones and everything else too, mate. Great to have you in the booth for a chat post-race. Another race win tonight. Your fourth of the season, but with 3 different winners tonight. It's been a night to remember. Who would you like to thank, Hot Lap?
Oh, just the Pulse Lexus boys for making a fun night, as always, and obviously the GSRC club and committee, and yourself and the team for putting the broadcast on.
Very nicely done. Thank you. Thornwicket reckons it's a free circuit next week, so no excuse not to turn up and sink your teeth into that. There he is, John Merritt. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. We are going to a break. Bat and change. I say that appropriately because we've got the athletics on at the moment at the Commonwealth Games. Schmitty out. Thank you, mate. Appreciate your efforts as always. Good luck in the Porsches, yeah?
Yeah, I'm registered. I'll give it a crack.
Yeah, why not? Rick the stamp from the rear of the grid and send it. We're off to the circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia on the other side of a short break, ladies and gentlemen. On the way there, it's nearly half-time on Thursday night NRL up in North Queensland at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. The Roosters are leading the Cowboys. Holy smoke, 48-6 if you don't mind. They are putting on a clinic. The Cowboys are hiding to nothing right now. And in the AFL, it's Geelong 9-3-57 leading Collingwood 4-4-28 at half-time. So 2 blowouts on a Thursday night, which is why you should stay and keep the dial locked loaded here to the platforms of the Gentleman Sim Racing Club. Live, exclusive and free across Facebook and YouTube. We're back with the Porsches for you on the other side of this. All thanks to Waste Options, Disruptive Labs, merch.tgsrci.com, Trophy AI, and Flash Graphics. Schmitty out, Neil in, Porsche Racing from Spain in just a few moments.